Nava teaches German at an asylum center. It's a tough job because often there isn't enough money for further training of the teachers and for teaching resources. So she's pleased when her coworker tells her about MOOCs.
When I waited for the MOOC to start, I was in a state of joy, just as if I was going on an expedition into the unknown.
I really enjoyed the MOOC. It was so good. I learned a lot. The first thing I remember of the MOOC was that it ended.
I remember scrolling through the comments and reading them, and I remember thinking, oh, there are a lot of different levels of pre-existing knowledge, and that might actually create a gap between us.
As time progressed, despite we were quite curious in the beginning, we had a really hard time keeping our own spirit up, and apparently we were both aware of this because it is a huge problem with MOOCs, but now we experience it on our own bodies, and that has helped us refine our design pitfall, or where we would like to focus with our design further on.
From the beginning, she's very optimistic because the course is very relevant to her. And it's both free and flexible, and that's important to her because she's a single mother of 2. During week 1 of the MOOC, she expresses her curiosity in the comment section of the course.
There were a great feeling of togetherness in the beginning. People from all over the world setting off together in this search for more knowledge.
And even though she finds it a little difficult to communicate in English, she still prioritizes to stay an hour after work so she can finish all the exercises of the MOOC. When she comments, and she does that almost every time, she only gets a few likes and no replies, and that makes her a little sad. I wasn't motivated, actually. I didn't want to comment. Sometimes because someone else had already written what I wanted to say, and sometimes I just didn't bother. It wasn't part of my obligation is what I felt. I think maybe I would have commented if I had to, for some reason, if I couldn't finish the lesson unless I had commented.
I'd like to show you a little graph that we made in over here. We have the first week where there was about 500 comments on the activities, and in the last week we see here, week 5, we have about 40 comments.
In the second week of the course, she decides to work on the MOOC from her home instead of at work. She starts MOOCing as soon as she's put her children to sleep. She's a little sleepy herself. Normally this would be the time of day where she would update herself on news, Twitter and Facebook, but today she MOOCs instead. She browses through the exercises. She watches some of the videos, and some of them she mutes because the children are asleep. She also scrolls through the comments, but she doesn't know any of the names. In the third week of the MOOC, a new group of asylum seekers need to learn German. And Nava spends all of her time and effort on them, and she tells herself, I can always go back to the MOOC, it's not going anywhere. But she forgets about it and never visits the MOOC again.
We are right now facing two major issues regarding designing for commitment within MOOCs. A main crucial question is, can you actually design for commitment and intimacy without compromising the very key components in MOOCs? The second the design issue we are facing is that, but as people dropped out especially during the first couple of weeks, we have a really hard time gathering just a few of the participants that can help us and brainstorm together with us. So just to gather a simple group of participants to make it a participatory and collaborative process seems to be quite hard for us.
Reaching the final steps of the MOOC was quite a lonely experience.
Thank you for watching.